right, boys, so let's break this down. This like 30-point club or 40-point club from 100 Thieves on FaZe on Rewind and how bad FaZe played it. And I just gotta start off by saying, for a team who scrimmed this map quite a bit, gone over VOD with coaches, went over things, the fact a game like this even happened actually blows my mind. I played this map after like the second time, already knew what the fuck was going on, what spawns to hold or whatever. I can't even believe people who have scrimmed this map multiple times, gone over VOD, you know, all that shit, have just lost the plot on how to play it. But I mean, not to sound rude or anything, because literally some of these things I'm seeing on this map, I mean, 100 Thieves is great, but should not be getting 40-point clubbed, especially on multiple times when you had spawns. But yeah, let's go over this. So I'm gonna point out things as the game goes on. I'm not even gonna cut this shit. I'm just gonna play it all the way through and just go through it because I watched it once while eating breakfast, made notes, and then I'm gonna go through this. So big gunfight from number 6 on to number 3. So if 6 wins this, then like they keep spawns. I'm not even gonna fault him for challenging. He probably just like thought he was gonna win the gunfight, and he probably didn't realize at the time Ghosty dying wasn't spawning back up yet, so didn't get the back spawn. So him staying alive in this situation was very crucial, because the fact that Ghosty dies and he dies before Ghosty spawns up now spawns them there because he's pushed up, and the two players from 100 Thieves are like more on that side, so it's going to give them that side spawn. It's fucking weird, but that's just the way it is. And then we're going to talk about how FaZe lost his P2 spawn, and I'm not even going to fault them on this. This is just something that I'm not sure if they know the spawns in the game yet, but I mean, this is what I'm talking about when they go over VOD. Like, do they see this stuff when going over VOD? Do they know what's happening? But this is like a split-second thing, so you're actually going to see exactly what I'm talking about. So right now, they're doing a great job. They're securing the back spawns. Immediately, I was questioning Abiz even being in this spot, because you're in a spot not playing guarantees. The number one thing they needed was a person on the hill, because having a person on the hill, regardless if you die, if you have people in the back, you're going to spawn back there. But I mean, they're already starting to push the back. So it's actually this one right here. So Abizi spawns out, so definitely should have played his life, but that's not the thing I want to talk. So the thing I want to talk about is, so there's two ways that you get like the spawn for your team in the back. It's by literally being in the back, or if no one's in the back, having control of the hill. Whoever has control of the hill, your team gets the closest spawns. So even like the fact that 100 Thieves was on it, and the fact that there's a guy right there, even though he's in the back, they're just not going to get the spawns because they're on the hill. So now he's in the back and he gets the kills, and then like they immediately get the spawn because he's in the back. And 3 just spawned up there, so it's not going to spawn it's not going to spawn the 100 Thieves player there, because that's another spawn point on P2. So it's not going to spawn him there when 3 to spawn there. It's going to spawn him in the back because he just spawned back there. Even if we play this in 0.5, can I play this in 0.5 real quick? Holy shit. So you can even see this play out. Like, Abizi was in like a spot not playing a guaranteed. Like in a spot like that, you got to get a kill. You could play the whole back. Don't even be pushed up that much. You can even be on the hill. Like, play tighter. Rewind's a map where you literally need to play tighter. It's long AR lanes, and the hills are basically guarantees. They're all back and forth. The only hills that are mixy are P3, P1, and P5, but P2 and P4. I love I said only, and then I named 3 out of the 5 hills, but P4 and P2 should be more guarantees because you hold back spawns and you keep spawning in the back, so you have a favorable side, especially P4. P4 is a money hill. So BZ, he's just not in a good spot, bro. He should be on the hill. Like, realistically, he should be on the hill here. Like, there's no reason. he should be on the hill, because if they're on the hill, then no matter what, number one's spawning in the back. Number one's spawns right there anyway. Since we just went over that. But yeah, he should be on the hill. They should be guaranteeing time. He doesn't need to be pushed up that much. And then one off spawn could help too. And then yeah, but Simp also got that kill from behind. But now they're in the back now, and now look, they have control of the hill. So since they have control of the hill and he's back there, then three's gonna spawn out, and then like they get the kills in the back. And even though they have control of the hill, he's literally in the back spawn. So he's so exactly like I said before, the two ways to get it, if there's not a person in the back spawn, is to be on the hill when no one's back there. If you're the furthest person back, closest to the hill, it's going to spawn you in the back. It's the same thing on P4. If there's a person on P4 from the other team, but you're back here, it's going to spawn you back here. But yeah, but then they end up getting, I'll put this back into fast. And then they just end up, getting broken.
Presence up for his boys. Again, the red arrows on the minimap in this map are the boys of 100 Thieves. Actually, 100 Thieves. The white arrows of FaZe. We will keep you clued in. Right now, folks, 100 Thieves are...
I thought something that was even more unacceptable was FaZe on the P4 that you're going to see. Like, on the P4, it was not that good. How they went like 3-4 down and then 100 Thieves flip spawn. Like, I saw that immediately and I was like, this is fucking game over already. And I like how Ghosty is immediately taking a wrap to flip the spawns immediately. It doesn't work out for him because he ends up shooting at a person, doesn't get the kill, and then he just ends up dying. But I love how he took the route around the side. If he played his life longer, maybe went around the back, probably could have got two in the back, and that definitely would have flipped spawns. But just fucking take a look at how this plays out right here. So 100 Thieves is just lighting up the kill feed too. They're fucking lighting this shit up. And so you're gonna see around here, they're gonna get a big flip. So FaZe is just throwing lives at the hill, and then it's these three motherfuckers, bro. So I think by now pros realize how big of a money hill P4 is, because if you have back spawns, you keep spawning in the back and they will spawn like over here. So they literally have to come across the map. Basically a money hill that you could secure 50 seconds on, 60 seconds, like 50 to 60 seconds if you know what you're doing. So for 100 Thieves to get 20 points, 92, you to hold 50, 60 could easily close the gap. I don't think sacrificing spawns for P4 to just throw lives at P3, which you already basically lost. I mean, probably trying to make sure they don't get a bigger lead, but we've seen so many comebacks on this map in the early part of the game when a team's up like 100 to 20 and then the team just gets one big hold or chains like a P5, P1, and they're right back in it. Pretty easy to come back. And it's important not to lose spawns and lose track of the bigger picture, and that's what I think FaZe did. 3 guys dying on fucking head glitches back here, and they flip spawns because immediately 6 is pushed up, and I actually want to play this in slow motion too, just so you can see like the timing of everything. I'm gonna be playing a lot of 0.5s, but just so you can see the timing. I don't think they should be dying this easily. Like, so 4 is already spawning out, because I wanted to point out number 7. I want to point out number 7. Because granted, he's going that direction anyway because of the hill. It looked like he knew what he was doing in terms of flipping spawns. Like, the second they got these 3 down, he just fucking started running up. And then they just flipped spawns, and 6 was already pushed up enough. And now they had like nobody back here, so now it's started spawning. Like, if you ever play pubs on this map, this is a very common spawn when P3s pop, because it's like the closest spawn to the hill. Actually, I guess that one would be, but they're already pushed up there. So if it isn't that spawn, then it's that spawn, but they 3 down there and all pushed up. So I mean, if 100 Thieves was holding like a clear line and this guy didn't push up bushes, then I mean, yeah, but they just flipped them so easily. I was like, wow. I was like, at this point, you should just chalk the P3, bro. You should just chalk the P3. The fact that all three of them died, bro. And then they just flipped the spawns and gave it up. So now this Money Hill P4 that could have got you back in the game is now going to 100 Thieves. They chained 2 hills on you, basically 3 at this point. And I want to point out 100 Thieves' great setup on this hill. This is a setup of guarantees, and I love it. Excluding Envoy, I mean, didn't have to climb on the bush, but doesn't really matter because he's spawning in the back anyway, and he's going to spawn up in like 2-3 seconds. And even by then, his teammates are holding all the angles. He'll be able to get back in the gunfight, so him dying there is not that big a deal because number 48's literally watching. They have 3 people. So compare this setup to the C9 versus Optic, the game I went through, and how C9 was holding P4. They had a guy sprinting around mid. They weren't locking down lanes, playing a guaranteed like hail time. And take a look at 100 these plays. A guy watching the long lane, and he watches it behind a truck. So that guy would have to run up the street and be able to go behind him, but I mean, he's able to shoulder it. Basically, watch 2 ways. He's watching 8's back. He's watching Scrap's back, and Scrap's watching this whole side. He's watching this whole side. They have the whole map covered. 3 guys. So even though Envoy dies, they have it all covered. So 3 walks right into 8, and you can even see where Hydra's watching. Hydra has this lane right behind Scrap, so they can't get behind Scrap. Scrap's behind a part where they have to walk and go through Hydra. And then 48 has the outside. They got 2 down instantly. 6 is already back up. Doesn't matter if 8 died because 7 has the lane locked down. They 2v1'd them over here. And they still have control because now they just got bodies and just on the heady. You're just not going to get them off that shit. Some good shit. Even though 3 is able to push up, I mean, it really doesn't matter. Because they just keep spawning in the back. Pops 2 piece, keep trading, and they still get time. And then this had to have been the dagger, because after this, it looked like FaZe didn't know what the fuck they were doing. Because now immediately, both ARs just die in mid. Granted, this guy just got a kill, so he's in the middle of running. And then 1 dies right here. I mean, you're going to see him die pretty soon. Actually, it's like right here off spawn, actually. So 2 and 1 die here, and then they have a 4v1 collapse on this fucking poor guy on the hill. You could say 4v2, but 4 guys just collapsing on this one guy because they realized they got 2 down, they got lives, and they just flood the shit. And then fucking Hydra's piss on him, and Hydra immediately pushes up to try to go get the P2 spawn. Atlanta FaZe ends up getting that shit back, but bro, looks like they just gave the fuck up, bro. If you want to try to get back in the game, you gotta hold some L triggers on this map. This is a map where holding L triggers is not a bad thing at all. Not a bad thing at all. And I love the knowledge that they had to realize they had 2 down and they didn't bother taking routes. Like you see people like Mac and Kremp taking routes, you know. There's so many teams that even when they have the man advantage, they're taking routes, doing too much. They realized they had 2 down and they just all 4 flooded P5 because they realized there's only be 1 to 2 guys on the hill. We're going to out-trade them. We're going to get the hill time. And they also know they have a big enough lead that them just being on the hill, they know FaZe just has to just run at the hill. FaZe can't afford to take super routes at this point. It's 175 to 37, so now every fucking point counts. You can even see number 7 roaming in the back. I'm pretty sure like he dies anyway. Probably could have did a better job playing his life, number 7. So like he gets like this kill. He should have just like pushed right up the back. He should have pushed right down that alley, and he could have blocked off the burger spawn. So right after he gets this kill, he sprints up, blocks the burger spawn. I mean, 48 still spawn there, so I might still spawn him there. I didn't even fucking see where 48 spawned, but there could have been a. I don't think that's a spawn on P1 though. I don't see many people spawning there on P1. Actually, maybe I don't know. I'd have to go back and watch, but he should have pushed up the streak. Actually, could have blocked the spawn, and there's literally 14 seconds left. No reason to run back in. You killed the one guy on burger. No, it's probably not going to be more than one there. Could have definitely blocked that spawn and got spawns for his team and probably put curtains on this game, but it was already curtains anyway, so it doesn't really matter. You can tell at this point they just already knew they won, so they're just kind of sprinting around like, fuck this shit, whatever. And then MC, not in a guaranteed spot. They should be holding the spawns, but they ain't. Granted, like, they all spawn on the hill, but I mean, like, now they're just gonna collapse on them. Look, so now, this is something I want to point out. So now, because, okay, so now 3's over there. The hill's being contested. And 100 Thieves actually gets the spawn for this shit. Should I play this in half a second? Okay, so I'm gonna play back here. So MC basically doing the Abizi from the first P2 rotation. So should this be playing it doesn't really matter because they realize that they got the back spawns, but it's not even about whatever we die, we get the back spawns. But now you're giving them the real estate of the back. You don't even want them to have the back, to be honest. But I'm going to show you where the spawns flip here. He just gets fucking gangbang. They all spawn on the hill. And then I'm going to show you why Atlanta FaZe spawns out. But if you watch me explain spawns, then you basically already know, which is why I'm playing in 0.5 so you could see the complete timing of this. So right now the hill's contested. And there's a guy right here. There's a guy right here. So you probably think... and like both guys spawned out, so you're probably wondering who's gonna get the spawn. But if you watch real quick right here, he gets this kill and it goes red. And right when it goes red, even though it gets contested, last guy to get it red, and because he's pushed up far enough, number 6 gets to spawn, and then everyone else from fucking Atlanta FaZe fucking spawns out. I don't know why it gave split spawns like that, though. I actually don't know why. Like, even if I watch that back. So he had the hill, even though it got contested. I mean, he was literally on the hill. He was literally on the hill. So he's on the hill. His teammate spawns in the back. I'm not surprised it didn't give his team the back spawn because they didn't have control of the hill. But, I mean, it should have. Honestly, it should have. Like, these are the parallel spawns. The reason why these parallel spawns actually makes sense is because, like, the time's white. But at the time of this guy spawning up, literally the guy was on the hill. Like 0.5 seconds later, he's spawned in the back. But these parallel spawns make sense because there's 2 guys in the back, but there's nobody on the hill. If 100 Thieves was on the hill, everybody would be spawning in the back. But obviously 8 can't fucking do that right now because there's just like a lot going on. So it sounds crazy, but these parallel spawns actually do make sense. Like, they actually do make a lot of sense. But if you're in the game playing, you're not seeing. If you're Scrap, I mean, if you're Scrap, I'm pretty sure Scrap already knows because number 6 commented it out. But no player in the game has like the overall picture of the minimap. I'm sure if these players saw the way the minimap look right now in the game right now, if there's like a big giant minimap, like, they would be able to tell. They'd be able to tell parallel spawns. But as you're playing, I mean, this is kind of something you just have to. I mean, I'm thinking because I've been playing pubs recently. Obviously, it's not fucking competitive, but like, I've been playing pubs recently, and I've been taking everything I've been saying into account when I spawn up in a certain spot and I see the times white, and I could see like a far dot on like the minimap because the minimap's not big enough, but you could see if a teammate's like far in the back spawn, and you could see like a red dot also in the back spawn. there's times where I see that and I could read like the parallel spawn, like shit, they're probably gonna be like right beside me because like there's like two guys in the back, two different teams back there. But I mean, I'm not expecting everyone to be reading this yet, but this is something I expect teams to be reading a lot more as like the game goes on. So, but it was already fucking curtains from here. So, and they just wiped him out the back, bro. This poor guy.
Here we go, flying in towards the point. That's going to be the break. My goodness, it's Hydra and Scrap in the feed, and that is going to be the 200-point mark.
So in order to secure the spawns, I think priority over everything else is to be in the back. Like, be in the back of the spawn. If you know there's no one from the other team in the back spawn, then be on the hill. If you're on the hill, your team will get the close spawn. But if you're on the hill and they're in the back, it's going to negate that. It's going to give the other team the back. It all depends also like on the numbers that are pushed up on the map. Like if you're on the hill, and I mean, let's talk about how he just pissed on fucking Abizi there. Like, this was insane. This movement was actually crazy. Just shot at him, sprinted away. Oh, just literally snapped his ankle. His poor fucking tiny terror ankles in half, bro. Just snapped him in half. Like, even his character's ankles actually snapped in half. And right here, I thought he was going to fucking just take out the knife and slice him. But, nah, didn't do that. But yeah, there's so many things that dictate spawns. So being in the back takes priority, like I just said. If there's no one in the back, being on the hill will give your team the back spawn. If they have numbers pushed up on the map and you're not on the hill, then like they're gonna get the closer. Like there's like three main factors you gotta take into account when it comes to spawns for your team. But paramount to everything is having a person in the back. And that's literally basically over from here. I think after that first P3, P4 flip, fucking FaZe just gave up, bro. And you could even hear him fucking talk shit after.
Oh my god, I just fried those kids.
Those kids? That's FaZe Clan!
Fucking
They're the world champions!
Okay. I think we got a new
There's like 7 rings.
Those fucking bombs, bro.
We just got a new sub notification for Hydra. Oh my god, I just fried those kids. Okay. Kason Showdown, first series, is an absolute banger.
He has like a smile on his face, but he's fucking tweaking. He's tweaking on the inside. They got pissed on. They played that map so bad. I don't know what fucking Crowder's gonna say.